Ops Cold War has some of the best settings I think video games have to offer, and this is how you guys are able to change literally everything so that you could play a lot better and a lot easier using your controller, be a lot more accurate, and be able to move around and make yourself a very hard target to hit. Have you guys ever wondered how some dudes are able to jump shot and the second they land they're able to drop shot and make themselves impossible to hit so they could kill you easily? Well, we're going to talk about all that today in the game settings in order for you guys to play this game a lot better. Now guys, I'm going to ask you if you could drop a like on this video. That would be truly appreciated, man. We have to beat the YouTube algorithm. It's acting up lately, so just smack that like button and leave a comment down below letting me know what your current EKIA is in Black Ops Cold War. I think mine is only like a 1.59, but it isn't too bad considering the skill-based matchmaking in this game is crazy. But let's go talk about the settings. What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops Cold War video. Like I said, man, today we're going to be talking all about the settings, how you guys can be much better players, and what you need to change in order to be a lot better. So you could obviously play the game and not touch the settings whatsoever, but that isn't going to give you the best experience you could possibly have. If you guys want to be better than everyone in the lobby, you're going to have to change a few things. So let's talk about those really quick. And the first one I want to talk about is the first thing in the settings. You got the controller settings. If you're playing on keyboard and mouse, it's very different, but this is for PlayStation and Xbox. So if you guys are playing on this, the horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity is really something that actually you shouldn't change to something that someone else tells you. Now with that being said, I'm gonna tell you guys a few tips in order to make this one work. So sensitivity is something that feels good to you. It's different for every single person, but for me, for example, I play on a high 8 sensitivity for horizontal and a high 8, sometimes a 7 for the actual vertical sensitivity as well. Now the reason I do this is because the high sensitivity is really nice to have. Like you could go all the way up to a 14, which is really nice to have. You could easily turn on people and all that kind of stuff, whereas the other side, if you go all the way down to a 2, a 1, or a 3 sensitivity, you're not going to have the options to turn on people too much. It's going to be a lot harder to actually get those kills if someone starts shooting you from the back. But if you go to 8, 7, maybe even 9, this is right in the middle. You could easily turn on people, and when you actually go to shoot them, your sensitivity isn't too high that you start missing your shots. It's at the perfect number. So in my opinion, 8 is really nice, but really use what you think is you're comfortable with. Now going down to the ADS stick sensitivity, this is one I'm going to tell you guys that you probably should listen to at least a little bit of what I have to say about this. So when you first get the game, it actually starts off at a 1, and now when you play at a 1 sensitivity for this right here, it's not the worst. It's really not that bad whatsoever, but I like to lower this. And when the low zoom and the high zoom, I put them both to 0.90, and the reason I do this is not because I feel like 0.90 is going to be the best thing ever and stuff like that, but it does help you out a lot. If you're at a 0.90 and you're aiming down sights, you have less chances that when you move your right joystick, you're not going to be missing too many shots. You're going to be hitting those shots, you're going to be glued onto your target almost, and it's really going to work out in your favor. Now the aim assist in this game is a little broken, so the lower you put this, the better it is for you, the better the aim assist works with you. So that's why I'm going to say try to play lower than a 1.0 for this right here. Now let's move on to another one, and that is the button layout. Now the button layout, I wouldn't keep this on default. There's no way I would keep this on default. What I like to put it on is actually either bumper jumper is pretty cool, but I like stick and move. Stick and move is probably the best one you could put it on, and the reason for that is because you guys could actually start jumping without moving your thumb from the joystick, the R3 button, the right joystick. You guys could stay on target, you could continue aiming exactly at the enemy while jumping at the same time, so that's really nice. And what you want to do with this here is you also want to flip it. You want to make sure that you're shooting with L1 and R1 rather than L2 and R2. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable at first, but it's something you definitely want to do because it's just milliseconds faster to click those buttons, but those milliseconds faster means that you're also going to be killing the enemies milliseconds faster. And in a game where it only takes milliseconds to kill someone, this is what you want to use. You want to make sure you have every advantage possible, so that's going to really work out in your favor as well. And that's why controllers like SCUF controllers, you have the option to put trigger stoppers onto those, which means that your L2 and R2 buttons are going to be a lot easier to press. It means you have to press them a lot less in order to actually get the gun to start shooting. So trust me, play flipped, it's really worth it. Now let's go down to some other settings. We have controller vibration, and again, this is one I always suggest turning off. You don't want controller vibration on at all, and the reason for that is because the controller vibrates, which means your thumb is going to be moving with the vibration, and you could be way off target. Now a lot of people tell me I look like I have aimbot and stuff like that, which I'm on console. It makes no sense. There is no aimbot on console, but that is because I have my controller vibration off. I really know how to control my recoil. I've been playing a long time, so that helps out as well. But controller vibration, it's going to feel super weird. Not even the first game or second game. It's going to feel weird for like 1 or 2 days once you turn it off. But once you get used to not having controller vibration, it's really, really nice. And you're going to see it. You're going to play so much better without the controller vibration. Now, the vibration intensity, I mean, you can just leave that at 100. If you have it disabled, it doesn't really matter. Now, let's go down to the target aim assist and the target aim assist mode. Now, you want to have this enabled. Now, the target aim assist mode, you got standard, legacy, precision, and focusing. Now, the only two that I would suggest is standard, which is the traditional aiming assistance, and the precision. The precision is the other one that I would suggest. This is a strong aim slowdown that only kicks in when aiming closer to the target. Best for accurate players, but you don't have to listen to that. It's not best for accurate players. The traditional aim assist in this game is kind of broken. A lot of the aim assist in this game is kind of broken. Like, I'm sure you guys have noticed. You're shooting at a guy, and then all of a sudden your gun is not even aiming at the guy anymore. You're trying to go back on target, and it doesn't put you back on the target, and that's because it's trying to read people. It's trying to see who the where the enemies are and stuff. So it catches onto someone who's behind a wall or whatever, and it starts trying to stick to them while you're shooting at someone right in front of you. So trust me, don't run that. Precision is really nice because it actually glues onto the target that you're aiming at, and it's not going to move. If you're really close to him, and the second you snap on him, it's going to stay directly on him. So trust me, even if you're not good at aiming, this is the one you want to run. Now, the ADS aim assist, I have that enabled. The airborne mantle, I have this disabled because if you try to jump shot a lot, you might start mantling things by mistake. So I put this to manual so that I actually have to trigger the action in order to jump over something. And you can't just jump and then you automatically climb something. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And yeah, everything else, I mean, down in the controller settings, I have pretty much set to what it should be. Like the left stick minimum input threshold is at 10. I think that's what they have it at. And then the max threshold I put to 100, and the same goes for the right stick. Now, you could definitely lower this down to 5. It makes it a lot nicer. You could be a lot more accurate and stuff, but Cold War is a very weird game in terms of aiming, so I feel like this is probably the best one. Now, let's go down to the graphics, because this is really important as well, and a lot of people always forget about the graphics. Now, everything here you can leave exactly the same. The brightness, I set it up all the way to 100. Now, it says to set it up to where this is not visible anymore, but in my opinion, when it's not visible, the game looks very, very dark. It's not like Modern Warfare, where you have to set it exactly to where it's not visible. In this game, you want to set it up as high as you possibly can, so you can see where the enemies are. The colors don't get washed out. You guys can see the video in the background. Everything still looks nice and beautiful, and this is how I get my games to look nice and beautiful. A lot of people always tell me, how come your games look more colorful and nicer and stuff like that? This is pretty much it. Like this, and also I do some editing. I do make my games look a little more colorful in videos, but this is pretty much it. This is like, that's all you got to do. Now, ray tracing, I have this enabled. I think this is only a PlayStation 5 option. If you're on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, I don't think you get this option, but I mean, yeah. Something I found pretty cool is that the split screen, you have the option for vertical and horizontal, which I wouldn't play split screen vertical. That just seems weird, but yeah, anyways. Field of view, I have it to 115, and there's two reasons for this. One, I like to see where everyone is around me, and 115 allows you to see where everyone is around you. It shows you pretty much everything you can. A little bit less than 120, but I don't like 120. It just feels like too much. But 115, not only for that, but also because once you have it on 115 and you start shooting your gun, it looks like you have no recoil whatsoever. And I don't know why this happens, but it's not the fact that you actually don't have recoil. You still have recoil, but it barely looks like it. Your targets are going to feel like they're a lot further, but I get some comments sometimes saying like, dude, you have no recoil and stuff, blah, 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 you must be hacking. Guys, put it to 115, shoot your guns, you're going to see there's not much recoil once you play at a higher field of view. So in my opinion, that is really nice. And then I have this at affected and motion blur, 100%, dude, disable this. Never enable motion blur. It looks ugly. If the map is all blurry, you're going to be missing shots. If your gun is all blurry, you won't even know where you're aiming, so don't even have that. And in the audio, I have everything pretty much the same except the audio preset. Instead of the Treyarch mix, I put it down to the bass boost, which I think is really nice. Now, game chat in Modern Warfare, I used to change this. In this game, the game chat sounds so awful that I don't even touch it. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys, for the actual settings. Everything else I have pretty much the same. So if you guys want to go and copy my exact settings, there they are. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are around here with those notifications turned on, and drop a like on this, man. We gotta beat the YouTube algorithm, so if you guys could drop that like, that would be amazing. And let me know what your EKIA is down in the comments below. I swear, dude, I have something stuck in my throat this whole entire video. I must sound weird. Okay, so my EKIA is a 1.59. It's 1.55. It's gone down a little, but that's really not bad in my opinion. It's still a pretty nice EKIA. So yeah, anyways, guys, thank you for watching. My name is Nick. Subscribe to the channel, drop a like, comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.